It's finally time for us to do the Warlock Stronghold mission. This is going to be quite a long, tough mission, so we're making sure to bring out some of our top-ranking troops, who all have multi-damage abilities. Obviously, since we're fighting the Warlock, we have our Resident Reaper. We do actually have a Colonel rank Reaper now, but just for poetic reasons I'm taking along our original Reaper, Crow. We also have our newest Ranger, who's a Colonel rank. The reason for this specifically is because she has rapid fire, so she'll be able to take 2 shots at a single target, which will be helpful for both the Chosen and also our objective on this mission. She's our only Ranger with this ability. Aside from that, we have 2 Grenadiers, including our top-ranking one with hail of bullets, chain shot, etc. And the other one we just promoted, he also has chain shot, so he's also got a multi-damage ability. We of course have our Spark, and we're going to be trying to get them in position to take overdrive shots for our objective. And then finally, we also have our top-ranking Sharpshooter, who now also has her multi-damage ability, Fan Fire. In terms of equipment, we have a few major upgrades for this mission. The biggest change is that we've equipped our lower-ranked Grenadier with the War Suit. The reason for this is because he now gets a rocket launcher. The rocket launcher can do between 4 and 7 damage, which means that it does a little bit more damage on average than the plasma grenade, which is 4 to 5. The Warlock is immune to explosives in this campaign, but it also adds some extra armor. We have also equipped our Reaper with a superior expanded magazine. This is so that he has as many shots as possible when using Vanish. We're going to try and save it for the final kill, so we can wipe out the Warlock quickly and easily. The longer you take, the harder it gets. We've also equipped the advanced expanded magazine we got last time on our Ranger. This way she's going to have plenty of ammo for rapid fire or just to take other shots. Other than that, we have a typical loadout for the squad. We have the mine shields on our 3 frontline units, as well as the Talon rounds and blue screen rounds on our Ranger and Sharpshooter. Our Sharpshooter is also carrying the Mimic Beacon, just because she'll have the action economy to take a few shots and then also be able to throw it out. And we've also brought along 1 extra medikit on our Grenadier. This is just in case someone gets hit and we need to heal them. There are chrysalids on this mission, so we'll need to be careful of poison damage. 1 medikit should be enough though.
Okay, people, stay alert and remember why you're here. That thing dies today, no matter what it takes.
Detecting a strong energy signature further ahead in the facility. There is no doubt in my mind that it is from the Chosen.
Then that's where we need to be.
Such bravery, such steadfast...
Like a lot of the other missions in the game, your squad does not start in concealment. So having a scout such as a Reaper is incredibly useful, as it will allow you to set up overwatches on the various pods.
This is your downfall.
For the first part of the mission, we need to make our way through the facility and reach a teleport pad. You can sometimes see some of the structures through the fog. It could be on the opposite corner, but it could also be off to one side and we'll have to wrap around. I'm not having any luck spotting it now, so we'll have to move further into the facility and try to work out where it is later. Our first step is to scout through the door with our Reaper.
As you order, Commander.
The important thing is to play quite cautiously. There's no timer on this mission, and we don't want to accidentally run our Reaper into a pod.
Moving out.
What's over there?
Because of all the doors and blind corners, it's important that we end every turn on Overwatch. Pods can patrol into you at any time.
They're hunting. Let's move already. Headed there now. Come on, covering down.
Scouting party.
Well, we weren't expecting to sneak in here today. Let's take these things out.
We have a heavy mech, stun lancer, trooper, and shield bearer. Unfortunately, we know there's another pod back here, so we're very limited in how far we can actually push into this room.
If you only knew the truth of this place, you would scurry.
We can use our Reaper to finish off one of these units. The trooper is more likely to hurt us, so I eventually decide to go for him.
I will reposition.
Only our sharpshooter has blue screen rounds, and she can't see the mech. Before we move though, we'll use one of our grenadiers to shred and hollow target it. We don't want to be out of cover, but we need to be careful not to activate the pod that's in the other room. I probably should have left my Reaper until last so we could keep an eye on them. This move is a little risky, but I don't think he can see into the other room. We could also come back here, but then it would be quite a long shot.
Okay, I'll go.
We could try for a chain shot, but it's a very low percentage, so we'll just take a standard shot instead.
Moving to position.
Now we can bring our sharpshooter in. We have a guaranteed kill on the mech, but the shield bearer is also quite low. We'll try to kill him with lightning hands first, and save face-off for if we miss.
Got him!
We got lucky, so now we can just take a standard shot instead.
Target eliminated!
We deliberately saved our higher rank grenadier so that she can use hail of bullets on this stun lancer in full cover. Cover doesn't matter, because the stun lancer's going to sprint at us anyway.
Don't slow me down. Waiting around.
We'll see if we can kill him with our ranger first. If we're lucky, we can save overdrive for the next pod.
You want some more?
Rapid reload in progress. Set Overwatch priority.
Advent forces on the ground.
Target neutralized.
Builders will permeate.
The second pod was a Codex, and another stun lancer, trooper, and shield bearer.
Is eternal. Even now their hand closes upon you.
Our Spark can hop up here for high ground, and they can see all of the targets.
Moving on target.
Before we take any shots, we'll see what we can get with our hollow targeting grenadiers. The only flank we can get is the shield bearer, which we don't care about. We'll move in and take a shot at the stun lancer first, just to apply hollow targeting. Then we'll also bring our second grenadier in to take a hollow targeting shot at the trooper. We're a bit clustered up, but I'm confident we can kill most of them.
No problem, boss.
We can bring our Reaper in here to pick up one of the kills. The stun lancer's the most important, so we'll get rid of him first. That just leaves the trooper. We'll move our sharpshooter in to finish it off. Lightning Hands is on cooldown, but we can use fan fire to take 3 shots. This is a little excessive since we only need the 1 hit, but it's worth it to make sure we don't take any return fire.
Special delivery. Target down.
Now we just take shots at the shield bearer.
Hostile target eradicated.
Let's do this. Overwatch.
For you are the true abominations. Microbes that think themselves greater than the gods. You
An advanced hair trigger is always nice to have. We're still looking for signs of the teleporter room, so we'll just keep heading towards the opposite corner.
Whatever you say. Here I come.
I'm trusting you here.
On the move.
Advancing.
We'll reload this grenadier because he doesn't have an autoloader, but our other one does, so she can go on Overwatch.
Moving to Overwatch. Overwatch.
Overdrive is on cooldown, but we might get a few more shots with Hunter Protocol, so we'll reload our Spark as well.
Is it not the elders who are the true saviors of your race? They who fight to preserve an entire universe. Yet here you stand.
We're on the edge of the map, so it's either going to be in here or on another corner. There's no door over here, so we may have to go through the left room instead.
I am at your service.
In hindsight, I should have closed that door behind us to make it harder for pods to sneak up.
I can handle that. Finally.
If you say so.
Position confirmed.
I will comply.
Got it.
Overwatch mode active.
To think, I once considered myself a part of your race. You seem so small, so narrow of purpose. You do not deserve the Elders' attentions.
My life is in your hands.
This isn't the objective room, so it must be in another corner. It looks like it's in the other room instead, which is fortunate. The room always looks the same, so you can usually tell from the first few tiles.
Tired of waiting around. Seems doable.
Okay, I'll go.
Proceeding to target.
Moving out. Coming to
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Scanning for
Moving to
targets.
Overwatch. They're moving out.
Even now, the Elders' love of your race shines through. They counsel mercy and plead with me to show compassion.
This is the objective. We have to move our squad to this pad. We've got an Andromedan and 3 Spectres here. We'll send our Reaper quite deep into the room to keep an eye on them.
Volk says I am to obey.
I'm trusting you here.
There better be something there. Let's do this!
Movement engaged.
Heading there now.
Gotta
Overwatch.
go.
Got it covered.
entire world and all its peoples given to me.
We'll move our Reaper a bit so that we can see the Andromedan again. We can't quite get them with remote start yet, but it's an option if they move again.
Re-up and reload!
We're already very close to activating this pod. We could maintain position, or we could try to get even closer. If we go down here, we might be blocked by the railing, so we'll only move a little closer.
Don't waste my time. Finally!
Moving.
Setting
Affirmative.
Overwatch.
Covering now.
Come get some!
I'm on it.
Got it covered.
Yet for any of us to survive, the elders
They're close enough for remote start now, which is a good opener.
praise their own salvation. You must submit now before the true enemy.
Unfortunately, these are wasted shots, because specters have lightning reflexes.
Fail to engage target.
We're not really concerned with the specters. We'll start by trying to remove the Andromedan's cover with demolition, as we're still trying to save resources.
I guess that'll be okay.
Let's rock!
Then we'll use either chain shot or hail of bullets depending on how good our shot is. 59 is pretty terrible, so we'll guarantee it with hail of bullets. This is a little bit wasteful, because only the shell is weak to blue screen rounds, but we don't have any other low damage attacks.
Kill confirmed.
Now we could use face-off to hit all of them, because they're all cybernetic enemies and we've got good chances. Or, we could use fan fire to guarantee the kill on the Andromedan shell. I think we can kill the Andromedan without fan fire. We still have 2 actions, so we'll take a standard shot first.
Good riddance.
Then we'll use overdrive to try and do as much damage as we can.
Target remains viable. Enemy unit destroyed. Limited ammo remaining.
We're probably not going to be able to kill both of these. Even with Bladestorm, she's going to miss because of their lightning reflexes. We could try and kill the 12 HP one. Her gun does 9 to 11 damage and she should have a pretty high chance to crit.
Getting in close!
We'll move in and see what our chances are like.
Rolling out.
Energy signature directly ahead.
She's got a 95% chance to crit, so we should be able to get this one.
Looks like we found our way out of here.
This way, we're just left with the one Spectre that's only got 3 HP. It should just use Shadow Bind, and then be easy to finish off.
At least we know where they are. There's nothing we can do.
How much longer must I endure your sacrilege? If it is peace you want, I shall gladly oblige. Come forward, XCOM, and yield to my embrace. I shall grant you merciful slumber.
You're just lucky they don't let me use my hand.
That's all our active enemies. Now we'll just make our way over to the teleport pad.
Here I come.
Loading fresh ammo.
Reload.
We're green to go. On Overwatch.
We still have alien activity, so we still want to overwatch as there could be more pods behind us.
We who have held this world together for years. Would that the Elders did not need your race. I would have ended its existence long ago.
Movement request confirmed.
Heading to that location.
Reapers are always
Back in.
vigilant.
I'm on it.
What's over there?
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Only now is there hope. Your actions today force the Elders' hands. They can no longer afford patience. Soon, very soon, this world shall be mine.
On the move.
Okay, I'm in.
Overwatch protocol engaged.
Double time. Will do.
Already there.
Moving out.
Maximum range.
I will go. I go where you tell me.
The game says we're missing one of our units. Just for safety, we'll take another turn to move someone out and back in again to try and fix it.
I'm trusting you.
Well done, Menace 1-5. See you on the other side. We're in the belly of the beast now, people. Proceed carefully. What is that? Some kind of stasis chamber for the Chosen? No wonder they keep coming back at us despite everything we throw at them.
We can actually see the pod, which isn't normally what happens. It's only an Archon and a Spectre though.
Come to me. Like a moth to a flame will you be consumed by my brilliance.
There are actually two types of arena for the Chosen strongholds, with this one having high ground. The assassin has a unique one without any of these platforms, so you can't get elevation bonuses. Normally you can't see this pod, and you have to move out to find it. It's unfortunate that they activate it immediately, but of course our Spark, being the legend that they are, managed to get an 11 damage max roll on the Archon. It's very important that we don't get too close to the sarcophagus, as it will trigger the next part of the fight. We'll just use hail of bullets to guarantee the kill, and then wait for the cooldown before we trigger the next phase.
You're nothing to me.
For our other grenadier, it's a question of whether we want holo targeting through half cover, or destroy the cover with demolition. I decided that no cover would be better, as our blue screen sharpshooter should have 100% shots. The reason we can't see the target anymore is because it's no longer in cover. Units in cover also occupy the tiles next to it for the purposes of step out. When you destroy the cover, they then go back to only occupying the one tile. We'll send our Reaper out to get eyes on it again.
I am on the move.
Now we'll move our sharpshooter so she can see it, and she should be able to kill it in 2 shots as long as we're not unlucky. As long as she doesn't roll min damage or gets a crit, she can kill it.
Taken care of.
Preparing to re-engage. Set Overwatch priority.
I go what I'm needed.
When a unit sees the sarcophagus, it will then trigger the fight. We're going to take a turn to make sure everyone's reloaded.
I'm ready.
Covering now.
We've got 4 turns left for hail of bullets to come off cooldown. We're going to start sneaking up on the left side and get as close as possible before we start the fight.
Will do. Move, move, move!
Got it.
Already there.
Circles at maximum.
I am on watch. As you order, Commander.
The idea is to sneak around the side here and cluster our squad up below the platform. Then we can hop up to spot the sarcophagus and trigger the fight. We'll also have the high ground for elevation bonuses.
That's affirmative.
Don't slow me down.
This also gives our grenadier time for her hail of bullets to come off cooldown.
Moving on target.
Overwatch.
I'm on it.
Optical sensors on Overwatch.
Folks says I am to obey.
Ideally we'd have a grapple suit for our sharpshooter by now, so she can get up with a free action, but I haven't gotten to it yet.
I'm going.
I guess that'll be okay.
Tracking route to target.
Copy that.
Watch commands.
Overwatch.
We've got one more turn for hail of bullets, so we'll just overwatch for another turn.
Engaging
Come
Overwatch.
get some.
Now we're ready to go, so we just have to send someone up to trigger it. Eventually I decide to send our Spark up, because they'll have to move to engage anyway.
Proceeding to target.
If only you knew the truth. The power in my hands. You would fall to your knees before me. Pity. I suppose we should begin then.
Alright, we faced these things before and we can do it again. No matter what happens today, only one side is leaving this place alive.
At last, the humans speak the truth. Even the smallest misstep could be costly at this stage, Commander. A pale simulation of life, programmed to serve the most fruitless of endeavors.
We're going to use a rocket here to destroy his cover. We know that he's immune to explosives, but the alternative would be to use a grenade from one of our other classes, and have them not be able to shoot this turn. Unfortunately, this also won't remove his shields or armor. Before we take any shots, we'll bring our grenadier up to give holo targeting.
Whatever you say.
%78% for chain shot is actually pretty good, but if we miss then he gets more shielding, so we'll open with hail of bullets. Now that he's marked with holo targeting, we can bring our other grenadier up for a chain shot. He's lower ranked and doesn't have a scope though, so it's only 82%.
Negative damage.
I am not impressed.
I'm coming for ya! Location confirmed.
You again, Mikey!
Woo! You see that?
Doctor!
The device appears to be some sort of psionic capacitor, transferring tremendous amounts of psionic energy directly to the Chosen, restoring them.
No wonder these things don't die.
Once you kill the Chosen, they retreat to regenerate health. During this time, the sarcophagus is exposed and you need to pour as much damage in as you can. The longer you take, the more health they regenerate. Unfortunately, we only have our sharpshooter and spark left. In an early version of the game, blue screen rounds would also do increased damage against structures, including the sarcophagus. This has been patched out now though. Our Reaper's not going to do much against this, and we want to maintain concealment.
Moving as ordered. No one will cross. Wouldn't want you to get bored while I clean up.
While regenerating, the Chosen will also summon a pair of reinforcements each turn. These can be completely random. In this case, we got a heavy mech and an Archon, which are quite tough. What we're going to do is throw out the Mimic Beacon to distract them while we focus on the sarcophagus. Our sharpshooter's going to have 2 actions with quick draw, so we'll take the first shot at the structure. It's more important that you kill the sarcophagus, because you never stop getting reinforcements. Our mimic beacon needs to be in a position where the mech will be able to see it. We can't actually see the mech from here, so we'll just have to do our best. One of our grenadiers still has chain shot available. I forgot to reload first though. Unfortunately, with abilities like chain shot and rapid fire, it applies the aim penalty after the structure sets it to 100, which means you can occasionally miss.
Now reloading.
Let's do this! Reloaded.
Structures also don't count as kills for Silent Killer, which I suspected but decided to risk it anyway.
I'm hoping that's a good thing. Yes, the regeneration process has been interrupted. Readings on the capacitor indicate it has become highly unstable.
We don't care about the reinforcements, because they should be distracted by the mimic beacon. We'll reload an overwatch for when the Chosen spawns in. The mech got a 12 damage crit and managed to kill our mimic beacon in one shot, but luckily for us, the Archon still went for blazing pinions.
Impossible! The elders! They are silent!
The Warlock is on Overwatch, which means we can't move to take shots. Our Ranger has Shadow Step though, so she should be able to get in and break the Overwatch.
Tired of waiting around. That armor's tough.
We're ignoring the other enemies, because once you kill the Chosen one last time, the mission immediately ends. We'll bring a Grenadier in for shredding and hollow targeting. In hindsight, I should have used our other one first, because she has higher aim.
Target's still up.
No problem, boss.
Your time will come soon enough.
Normally I would use Banish on our Reaper to guarantee the kill. Unfortunately, because he's revealed, he doesn't have the range to get a flank on the Warlock. He's going to have to shoot through full cover. I'm going to try it anyway, just for poetic reasons. I don't recommend doing this, it's not a smart idea.
Patience for
My training fails me.
a disappointing effort. Hide like the cowardly beast you are.
My sights are off.
An artless strike.
The winds must have picked up.
You will have to do better.
I take
At least
responsibility.
make a good show of it.
Movement request confirmed.
wasn't easy, but we managed to pull it off, Commander. If only we could see the look on the Elders' faces.
It was very unfortunate that our Reaper really didn't get to shine. I should have used our Grenadier to finish off the Sarcophagus instead, and kept our Reaper in concealment. That way he probably would have had enough mobility to get the flank for banish on the Warlock. Short of wasting another grenade to remove the cover though, we didn't really have any better options. It was also unlucky that the chain shot missed the Sarcophagus, which also didn't help. This is the general approach we'll be taking for strongholds though, and it only gets easier from here. We had to give up some of our inventory slots for mind shields in case the Warlock used mind control, so next time we'll be able to bring more items. And we'll have powered heavy weapons, as well as Chosen that won't be immune to explosives.
At least we know for sure now that the Chosen can be taken out permanently. I was starting to worry we might never hear the last of them.
As it was a long mission, everyone's going to be tired for a while. Each Chosen you kill gives you a unique weapon. I'm probably not going to be using these, because they're a little bit cheesy.
Efficiently executed and no casualties. You can lead the Reapers any day, Commander. Well done.
Now that we've killed the Warlock, a lot of the regions don't have a Chosen assigned to them. So if you get a mission in those areas, then you just don't have to deal with the Chosen.
The same fate through the Elder's own wrath.
We'll finish doing resistance contacts first, and then go and get that assorted loot.
The Elders don't spend a lot of time worrying about the difference between soldiers and civilians. It's all the same in the end.
The Elders never had any issues targeting civilians, and their Chosen are no different. The Resistance is counting on us to protect their people. We can't let them down.
New course.
When inspired, our team is actually quite efficient.
Now we can build the Psi-Lab to train psionic operatives, but we'll probably save that for the final mission. Improved swords is good, +1 damage is always helpful. At this point in the game, there isn't really anything that you desperately need to research. I do want to do the Andromedan autopsy for an item, but it's not critical, so we'll do improved swords.
I'll see that work begins immediately, Commander. I'll contact you when I have a full report available.
The Avatar project is close to finishing, so we'll have to go and do a mission shortly.
Commander, there were a few wounded during the latest covert action, but after a few days' rest, everyone will be ready to get back out there.
My followers and your people continue to grow in skill, and now the Resistance can take on more responsibility, should you need it.
Another benefit of killing the Warlock is now there's no chance of ambush on any of the Reaper's covert actions. We're going to do Fabricate PCS to try for a superior perception. We could do the Hunt the Chosen action for the Templars, but we don't actually need it, because we can just remove the Scavenger's Resistance Order since we don't need it anymore. As always for mobility, we're going to keep stacking it on our Templar.
We will work hand with our new allies.
We've got some new guerrilla ops. Our first option is a hidden event and a kernel sharpshooter. The next one is midnight raids and intel, which are pretty useless to us currently. And finally, covert action ambushes and an engineer. This is a difficult decision because none of the options are very important. The only interesting one is the hidden dark event, which could be really bad and we just don't know. Protect the device can be a difficult mission in the late game with all the high damage enemies, but we should be able to handle it. We're going to try the hidden dark event mission. This could be a bad choice because protect device missions get harder as you go on in the game. You start dealing with enemies like sectopods, which can do a lot of damage to the device each turn. We should be able to handle it as long as we move quite quickly. We'll also get another kernel sharpshooter, which is always good.
Setting course for the Brazilian corridor.